Hey guys, welcome back to the show. This is the next episode in my anchor series. What I'm going to show you in this episode is how to build an anchor using just the rope. Alright, so not something you necessarily want to have to do, but I think it's an important skill to have in case you ever need to do it. Sometimes you hear those old school guys, oh, all you need to tie in, build an anchor is the rope, blah, blah, blah. It's the strongest part of your system, blah, blah, blah. I don't prescribe to that, but I do think it's important to know how to do it because you never know what might happen and what you might need to be able to do. All right, so, let's say that I get up to, my belay station and oops, I forgot the anchor building gear down below. My partner's got both sets for whatever reason. We're tired, we weren't paying attention. So now I've got to build an anchor with what I've got. And in this case, I'm going to build an anchor using the rope. So imagine you have your 3 pieces of gear placed. And what I'm going to do is basically build a web-o-let anchor with the rope. First thing I want to do, pull up a bit of slack. Alright, good amount of slack. Tie a figure 8 knot, overhand knot. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to use the figure 8. I'm going to hook that into my first piece. Okay. And let me just turn it so that it flows real nice. So my end of the rope is on the outside of the anchor. I'm going to take the other end, come out here, clip. Try to find the right amount of rope, what I think is going to work good for going up to my 3rd piece of gear. I'm just going to clove hitch to my outside piece. Okay. I'm going to take and bring this up to my 3rd piece. I'm going to bring these together, right? Equalize it and tie an overhand knot. It's a little tight, could use a little more slack in the rope. But there you have a web-o-let anchor tied using the rope. Now I'm going to take and clip in a master point carabiner. Now I'm not done at this point, alright? I've built an anchor, but notice that I am attached to the cabinet. Okay, I'm not attached to the master point. We want to be attached to the master point so that if we weight the anchor, we're weighting all the components of the anchor. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take myself here and I'm going to clip myself in to the master point carabiner. And I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to clove hitch myself to that. So now I'm clove hitched to the master point carabiner, and I'm safe. If I were to fall off the ledge, I'm going to weight the entire anchor, okay, not just this single piece of gear. Okay. From there, we can take and put our partner on belay, by just clipping clipping him into the master point carabiner as well. And you take this end so that, again, when your climber is, coming up, although this end of the rope is tied to one of the pieces of gear of the anchor, your climber's weight is all on the master point because this is where your belay device is connected to. That's it. Super useful skill to have in cases of emergencies. Not something that I would set off with a plan to do. One of the downsides of this is in the event that there's an emergency, some rescue is needed, you've got to get out of the system. It's going to be a lot more complicated to do that. I don't have, really any expertise in rope rescue. That's something I would like to learn about, but I do know that escaping the system is going to be much more complicated because it's built around your rope, not around, just additional gear and slings. So that's kind of one of the downsides, but again, Really important skill set to have, I think, just in case you were ever to need it. All right, hope that's helpful. Comment, have you guys ever used it? Have you ever seen it? I have seen this done a different way before, but this is how I've done it. Maybe you guys do it differently. Love to hear about that in the comments. That's all I got. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.